Unveiling the Mysteries of Niccolo Machiavelli. Niccolo Machiavelli was born into the vibrant world of Renaissance Florence on May 3, 1469. This period, known for its cultural rebirth, provided a rich backdrop for his future works. His birthplace, Florence, was a hub of art, philosophy, and politics, influencing his intellectual development from a young age. Machiavelli is perhaps most famously known for The Prince, a work that has stirred controversy and debate for centuries. Its contents, often perceived as a guide for ruthless rulers, delve into the art of maintaining power by any means necessary, cementing Machiavelli's association with political cunning and strategy. Before his notoriety as an author, Machiavelli served as a diplomat in the Florentine Republic for 14 years. This role afforded him a front-row seat to the inner workings and intricacies of government, enriching his understanding of political power dynamics and the machinery of statecraft. Interestingly, despite his reputation for political manipulation, Machiavelli's formative years were steeped in classical literature. This early education in the humanities laid a foundational understanding of human nature and governance, themes he would later explore in his controversial writings. His seminal work, The Prince, was a dedication to Lorenzo de' Medici of the influential Medici family, rulers of Florence. Machiavelli hoped to win favor and perhaps regain a position of influence within the Florentine political landscape by aligning himself with the Medici through this audacious offering. Niccolo Machiavelli's life took a dark turn in 1513 when he was imprisoned and tortured under the accusation of plotting against the Medici family. This event marked a significant shift in his career, abruptly halting his diplomatic endeavors and initiating a period of intense personal hardship. Following his release from prison, Machiavelli retreated to his estate in Sant'Andrea in Percasina. It was here, amidst the Tuscan countryside, that he found solace in writing. This period of forced isolation proved to be incredibly productive, giving birth to most of his major works, including the seminal The Prince. Despite his enduring association with political cunning and manipulation, Machiavelli's intellectual foundation was built upon his early studies in classical literature. This scholarly background influenced his thoughts and writings significantly, providing a depth that transcended mere political strategy. The Prince, perhaps his most notorious work, was dedicated to Lorenzo de' Medici of the famed Florentine ruling family. Machiavelli's aim was to gain favor and re-entry into the political sphere by presenting this guide on governance and power dynamics. However, this attempt to reconcile with the Medici ultimately did not restore his political career. The term Machiavellian emerged as a testament to the revolutionary and controversial nature of his ideas. It denotes cunning and deceitful behavior, underscoring the impact of Machiavelli's theories on political thought. Despite the negative connotations, his work introduced a new era of pragmatic and human-centered political analysis. Niccolo Machiavelli's Discourses on Livy is a profound exploration of governance through the prism of Roman history, offering timeless insights on the structure of good governance. He meticulously analyzes the Roman Republic's institutions, demonstrating a fervent belief in the value of historical lessons for contemporary political life. In his examination of military significance, Machiavelli posits that a strong military is the bedrock of a robust state. This emphasis on military prowess underscores his pragmatic view of power and security, advocating for a well-prepared and disciplined army as essential to maintaining state sovereignty and deterring external threats. Machiavelli introduced the contentious notion that the end justifies the means, a concept often associated with ruthless political strategies. Although he never explicitly stated this in his works, his writings imply that achieving a beneficial outcome for the state could necessitate morally ambiguous actions by its leaders. His theories on power dynamics and statecraft have left an indelible mark on political science and sociology. Machiavelli's candid exploration of the mechanisms of power, manipulation, and realpolitik offers a realistic perspective on governance, influencing modern political thought and strategic planning. Despite his significant contributions to political theory, Machiavelli's later years were marked by obscurity. He died on June 21, 1527, without witnessing the lasting impact of his work. The Prince, his most controversial and influential treatise, was only published posthumously, cementing his legacy as a pivotal figure in political philosophy. Machiavelli's seminal work, The Prince, was published posthumously in 1532, a testament to his enduring influence despite his death 5 years earlier. The publication marked a significant moment in political literature, offering a pragmatic approach to power that diverged sharply from the idealistic views of the time. The Prince found its final resting place alongside Machiavelli in the Church of Santa Croce in Florence, where he was buried. This church, also the final resting place for other luminaries like Galileo and Michelangelo, serves as a poignant reminder of Machiavelli's lasting legacy in the pantheon of great thinkers. Over the centuries, interpretations of Machiavelli's work have varied widely, with some viewing The Prince as satirical, while others see it as a sincere manual for rulers. This debate highlights the complexity of Machiavelli's insights into power and governance, making his work a subject of continuous scholarly discussion. Machiavelli's impact extended beyond his immediate era, influencing the development of modern republicanism. His ideas resonated with the founding fathers of the United States, who drew upon his thoughts in shaping the political landscape of the new nation. This demonstrates Machiavelli's profound influence on the evolution of democratic principles. However, the Medici family, to whom The Prince was dedicated, ultimately dismissed Machiavelli's theories. This rejection contributed to his downfall and financial hardship, a stark contrast to the intellectual legacy he left behind. Machiavelli's fall from grace with the Medici underscores the volatile nature of political favor and fortune. Machiavelli's personal correspondence, including letters to friends and political acquaintances, offers a unique window into the mind of one of history's most enigmatic figures. These letters reveal a man deeply engaged with the political turmoil of his time, passionately advocating for his vision of a unified Italy. His words, often candid and infused with his sharp wit, provide a contrast to the manipulative persona commonly associated with his name, showcasing his human side and the depth of his political thought. His influence on political philosophy is undeniable, with theories that continue to spark debate among scholars and politicians. Machiavelli's discussions on power dynamics, statecraft, and human nature have cemented his place as a foundational thinker in the field. His ability to dissect the complexities of governance and power relations with astute observations has made his work a staple in the study of political science, resonating with those seeking to understand the mechanics of leadership and authority. Central to Machiavelli's political theory is the concept of virtue, a trait that encompasses courage and strength. This idea is pivotal in understanding his perspective on ideal leadership, where a leader's prowess is measured not just by their moral compass, but by their ability to navigate the turbulent waters of politics with decisiveness and strength. This notion challenged the prevailing ideals of the time, proposing a pragmatic approach to leadership that prioritizes effectiveness over traditional virtues. Machiavelli's stance on the relationship between a ruler and his subjects was revolutionary. He argued that it is better for a ruler to be feared than loved if he cannot achieve both, overturning conventional wisdom. This perspective underscored his belief in the complexity of human nature and the necessity of a ruler to exert control and maintain order, even if it meant adopting measures that were harsh or unpopular. His critique of the Catholic Church's influence on politics was bold and forward-thinking, advocating for the separation of church and state. Machiavelli viewed the church's power as a hindrance to effective governance and a source of corruption within the political sphere. By challenging the intertwined nature of religion and politics, he laid the groundwork for future discussions on secular governance and the importance of keeping religious influence separate from political decision-making. Niccolo Machiavelli's view of human nature was starkly pessimistic, seeing individuals as inherently selfish and unreliable. This bleak perspective on human behavior underpinned his political theories, suggesting that leaders must be prepared to deal with the worst in people to maintain control and ensure the stability of their state. The Prince, his most notorious work, was banned by the Catholic Church, landing on the Index Librorum Prohibitorum. This censorship underscored the contentious nature of his ideas, which directly challenged the Church's influence over politics and advocated for a separation of church and state, a revolutionary concept at the time. Machiavelli's influence stretched far beyond the realm of political theory, touching literature and drama, inspiring giants like Shakespeare and Marlowe. His complex understanding of power dynamics and human psychology provided rich material for characters and plots, embedding his concepts in the fabric of Western literature. Despite his depth and influence, Machiavelli has often been misunderstood or reduced to a caricature in popular culture. He has been portrayed in films, TV series, and novels, sometimes as a villainous figure, reflecting the enduring fascination and controversy that surround his legacy even today. The correct pronunciation of Machiavelli's name, Machiavelli, is frequently butchered. Trivial though it may seem, this mispronunciation symbolizes the broader misunderstandings of his work. Despite being associated with deceit and cynicism, his ultimate goal was a unified, peaceful Italy, a nuance often lost in translation. Machiavelli's insights into strategy and leadership have found a significant audience in military academies worldwide. His work is revered for its pragmatic approach to power dynamics, emphasizing the importance of adaptability, foresight, and understanding human nature. These teachings offer valuable lessons in both military and civilian leadership contexts. Despite his reputation for advocating political deceit, Machiavelli's ultimate ambition was the unification and peace of Italy. He believed that strong, decisive leadership could achieve this goal, even if it required morally ambiguous actions. His vision was for a stable and prosperous nation, guided by a ruler with the wisdom and courage to make tough decisions. Machiavelli argued that the stability of the state justifies the use of immoral means by its rulers. This perspective was revolutionary, suggesting that the ends could indeed justify the means if they resulted in a stronger, more secure state. This idea challenged conventional moral and ethical thinking of his time, sparking debate and controversy. His thoughts on fortuna, or fortune, highlight the unpredictable nature of human affairs and the necessity for leaders to be flexible in their strategies. Machiavelli believed that while fortune could not be controlled, a wise ruler could navigate its uncertainties through shrewd, adaptable leadership, thereby minimizing its potential negative impacts. The political exile of Machiavelli provided him with the time and perspective needed to pen his most influential works. Removed from the immediate pressures of political life, he reflected deeply on the nature of power and governance. This period of forced isolation turned out to be a fertile ground for the development of his groundbreaking theories on statecraft and leadership. Niccolo Machiavelli's legacy is a tapestry of contrasting perceptions. To some, he is a pioneering realist who stripped away the veneer of idealism from the politics of power. His unflinching analysis of the mechanisms of governance and leadership marks him as a foundational figure in political theory, whose insights into the machinations of power remain relevant. Conversely, others view Machiavelli through a lens of deep cynicism, attributing to him the darker arts of political manipulation. This perspective casts the prince not just as a study of power, but as a manual for the unscrupulous, a blueprint for those who seek control through any means necessary, ethical or otherwise. The term Old Nick, an epithet for the devil, is a testament to Machiavelli's controversial reputation. It encapsulates the vilification he has suffered through the ages, transforming his name into a byword for deceit and manipulation. This linguistic legacy highlights the enduring nature of his infamy and the moral complexities of his work. Despite the debates and moral quandaries Machiavelli's work provokes, The Prince continues to be a critical subject of academic inquiry. Scholars and ethical leaders alike grapple with its implications, debating its relevance and application in modern governance. This ongoing discourse underscores the enduring impact of Machiavelli's thoughts on leadership and ethics. Ultimately, Niccolo Machiavelli's contributions to political theory transcend the controversies that have dogged his name. His work has laid the groundwork for a realistic approach to understanding the dynamics of leadership and governance. Regardless of one's view on his ethics, Machiavelli's influence on the landscape of political thought is undeniable.